Sarah, we can start. We can start. Jump up whenever you deem it necessary to complete the information.
Yeah. Okay.
Me. Everybody again, we are seeing for the second day in a row many of the general information you got them yesterday. Today the meeting is focused on the details of the trail races. We have a presentation with the general overview, and we have all the questions that came in to be answered. Just to start, I give the floor to Alex, the LOC race director, for a greeting here.
Hello, I am Alex Varela, the race director of the World Champion. Welcome to Canfranc, welcome to our mountains. It's your first time in Canfranc. I wait that you like this place, our house. I hope. Sorry for my English. And it's Enrico to do the presentation about the different points about the Soran on trail.
Okay, now the main information about the hosting organization. I am the technical delegate on behalf of ITRA. I have a deputy technical delegate from WMRA, Sarah Rowell, recently become president of WMRA. Let's say it's a four hands piano play together with Sarah, which is very, very competent in the matter, and we help each other covering all the aspects. We have, I don't know if he is here, he was presented yesterday, Alejandro Lozano, who is the World Athletics Doping Control Delegate, Stefan Bermon, who is the World Athletics Medical Delegate, and yes, Alex, who is Deus Ex Machina, the LOC Competition Director, and the Chief Judge Antonio Belmonte. Then there is the jury of appeal. I said yesterday, it's Hilary Walker from IAU, Thomas Arf from WMRA, Janet Ng of ITRA, and in case of conflict of interests around the nationality of the eventual case discussed, Luis Saladi from Spain and Natasha Machado from Brazil. So, tomorrow, 26th of September, it will be the day of the short trail, which is quite a tough one, with 2 big climbs and another 2 minor climbs on a 44 Ks. Just to summarize, because there were some questions we received about the aid stations. So there will be first drinking only station after the climb at La Moleta, then an team-assisted aid station at Canal Roya, which is very close to the start line of the uphill today. This point is not directly accessible by car. It needs, say, 10 minutes walk. There are 2 options. Either you go to the Hotel Santa Cristina, the same position of the start line of today, go along the uphill course until the uphill course crosses a dirt road, a wide one, and then instead of going on the uphill course, you turn right on this small dirt road, and after 200 meters, maybe you find the aid station. The other option, and we will send you the position in the WhatsApp chat, is driving a bit farther on the road, the main road up to Candanchu, and there is a parking space, and from there on it's the same dirt road that you would have crossed with the other option. It's a bit longer walk, but with less climb because it's nearly flat. And again, it's 5 to 10 minutes walk, depending on how much luggage you have there. Then there is a drinking station at Al-Raqqa, which was the finish line of today. That's not team assisted, but the chairlift will work. So if somebody of the team, spectators, supporters want to be there, they can go there. And then there is the second team-supported aid station, which is at the ski resort of Canfranc, and that's absolutely reachable by car with no problem. That's covered, that's inside, so plenty of possibility of assistance. Then, after the third climb and coming down, there is another LOC aid station, so with no support, and then the final descent to Canfranc. You can see more or less the proportion of the two yellow squares are the supported, team-supported aid station. And yeah, it's 44.5 Ks with 3,657 meters of vertical gain. So quite a tough race, let's say. Start will be at 8 o'clock tomorrow for both male and female together. So call room opens 7:05 and the call room closes 7:35. The call room procedures, of course, being a trail race, are a bit longer because all mandatory gear will be checked. So we recommend to enter the call room and the checkpoints a bit in advance and be prepared that all the team must enter the checkpoint together, so in line, all the members of a team, and have all the mandatory gear ready to be shown on the table for the judges to tick off all the items. So that's the layout of the check-in after the team area. Of course, we will have more channels because the check will take a little bit more time than the short mountain races. There will be shuttle buses and transport from the hotels to Canfranc, and you will receive the PDF of this presentation, so you will have in writing these timetables. You don't need to take pictures or take note. The same applies from the finish line, let's say, back. No, this one.
This is finish line
to the hotel, back to the hotels. Yes, which is kind of shuttle service continuous, and the same applies for the supported aid station. So there will be kind of continuous shuttle service from Canfranc to Canarroya, so the first aid station, then from the first aid station to Canfranc, which is the second one, and then from the second one back to Canfranc. There won't be any service from Canfranc back to Canarroya, so from the second to the first aid station. Now, the possibility for a single assistant team to assist the team both in the first and the second aid station depends on how big and how separated the team members are. If you have only 2 or 3 people that are running more or less together or not too much separated, it can happen that you can go from one point to the other. If you have a bigger team, then that is a little bit tight because the race is short. Then it comes to mandatory gear. You have probably read, I hope, read the team manual, so the list is quite clear. We have later on some questions we received, and we will clarify it with the question. Waterproof jacket, the survival thermal emergency blanket, 1.4 meters by 2 meters, cap or neck gaiter, gloves with fingers. That means that the gloves must be complete and be warm gloves, not only the silicone one or the rubber ones. Whistle, reusable cap. Again, I answer here to some questions that came in. The principle is that to drink, you need to get the drinks. You need to have a wide cup. That means that if you have the big bottles with a wide lid, or there are the soft flask that have a wide lid, that is okay. Is the same as having a cup. If you have a bottle with a small lid, then you need to have the extra cup. All the food items that an athlete carries must have a sticker with the bib number. This is meant for environment, so that if the sweepers find littering around the course, gels or things like this, there is the number, and we know who was the athlete that littered the trail. Mandatory is to have containers for a minimum of 1 liter of water. Exiting the supported aid station and the LOC refreshment station, but not the drinking only station, is mandatory to have the bottles full. So on supported aid station and food aid station, bottles must be full. If it's the drinking only station, it's not mandatory. Mobile phone with the emergency numbers register, and long pants or tights. That means that's not waterproof. It's for being warm. Shorter tights under the knee plus long socks is allowed and considered as long pants. Plus a long sleeve shirt, technical shirt, so with no particular requirement of being a thermal shirt or something else. Simply a technical shirt, but with long sleeves. These items can be brought in the backpack or can be worn throughout the race. You can start with all this equipment on your body, and so you have an empty backpack. This material is exactly the same both for the short trail and the long trail. So when we go to the long trail, we don't need to spend all this time on this slide. Consider it valid for both races.
The difference is
The only difference is, the headlamp, because on the long trail there is the headlamp mandatory. Okay. Now, let's go back. That's it. Yep. About the intermediate aid station, we have described them already on the profile. Chairlift to La Rocca is free. As said yesterday, you will get for insurance purposes a free ticket, but a ticket. So for the people of the chairlift, you are insured. And then when you come back, you hand it over again. But it's absolutely free. Anti-doping controls will be done here in Canfranc, in the center near the station, 20 meters from the finish line. So there are not the problems as today with the transport, down with the chairlift and so on, and will be conducted in the same way as today and as described yesterday. Weather forecast is nice for tomorrow. In the start line in the morning will be a bit cold, a little windy, but yeah, mainly nice weather, no rain as far as I can see. Be careful because, yeah, at La Moleta you are at 2,500 meters, so temperature will drop, and if it is a bit more windy, the chill factor of the wind will be considerable. That's all for the short trail, and yeah, on Saturday there will be the long trail, 82 Ks. That's quite a tough profile. There will be the climb to La Moleta similar to the 42K, the 45K, anyway, the short trail, but with a longer stretch in the valley prior to climb up to La Moleta. This means that there will be a drinking point before the final climb and not after, like in the short trail. Then you will go down to the 21K, and there is an LOC food aid station, but not team assisted. After the second climb, you will go down to Formigal, which is the first team assisted aid station. For those that are driving there, you need Sorry? No, okay. You need accreditation, and on the car, the accreditation for the car, because the last stretch of road is closed, and you are allowed only if to pass only if you have accreditation. Then if you have already the accreditation card for the aid station, that's enough.
No, it's not this accreditation. It's another accreditation like this.
The refreshment card.
Yeah.
Yeah, the refreshment card.
Refreshment card, no. Official card or authorized card.
And when
You have
No.
to put one authorization in the car.
when
It's in the car.
Yep.
That is
vehicle accreditation.
When
And-
you take the accreditation in accreditation
Yes, but
center, yeah,
Yeah. Where but where they can get one?
two, I think, no?
Yeah, you have already received it.
No.
But if somebody needs one extra, where can you?
que hay gente que no tiene.
Enrico, continue the meeting. I'll speak to Luis.
Okay, we are checking and the possibility of get another one.
When we collected our box, they asked us if you had a vehicle.
Okay.
We provided the car separately.
Anyway,
No.
They didn't ask us though.
Que hay gente que no le cobran lo del
we are checking. We will give you the possibility either on the TIC or at the start
You
line,
can use this. I think that
or we make
can
simply
use
valid the refreshment pass, and that's it. even easier.
One small question.
not?
One small question. To go to this point to Formigal, to the Cafeteria Formigal, there is a barrier between the road and the aid station. It's possible to be open or it's possible to be closed, but it's only open the door and close with the car. If the gate is closed, it's not full closed. It's only open the close and pass to the aid station.
Okay, then after this first,
You don't need a key to open the door, but it's
Keep it closed.
yeah.
and yeah, so that's all for Miguel. No other extra information. Fine. Then there is another LOC aid station that is on top of the Ashtun Valley. Unfortunately, the chairlift there is under maintenance, so that point isn't reachable by chairlift. Nevertheless, there is a little trail, and it is a half an hour of walk if somebody wants to go and support the athletes there. Starting from Ashtun, which is very close to Kandanchu. So you can see your athletes at the 40K and then come down and go to the Kandanchu aid station, which is at the 24th K. So you could do both of them.
Did you say it's a chairlift and a hike, or just a hike?
No, only a hike.
Only hike.
There is a chairlift, but it is under maintenance, so it's closed. So the only chairlift working is on tomorrow for the short trail up to Laraka. That's working tomorrow and free for everybody. But yeah, on Saturday to go to the other point, which is starting from the same ski station but in another direction, the chairlift is under maintenance, so it's closed. But it's, yeah, half an hour walk uphill. Then that's in France, I guess, or in the French border area, there is another drinking station, and then at the 64 kilometer, there is the second team-supported aid station, which is in Kandanchu, and is exactly the same as for the short trail. Plus, there is the last one, which is not team-supported, in this case is the 74 kilometer, prior to the final leader climb and prior to the final descent to Canfranc. Yeah, these are the two yellow squares are the position of the team-supported aid station. Bear in mind that to reach the first one at the 29K, it's more or less an hour, 15 minutes, an hour and a half for those that don't know the road to go there. So unless you have slow runners, call them, and then you can do both. But if not, if it is a structured team with many runners of different speeds, organize yourself to have two different teams. So that's the final data, 5,400, which is
okay.
Which is okay. It was worse. It was more, but then we we cut it here and there a little bit. So for the long trail, start would be at 7. This means that call room will open at 6:05 and call room will close at 6:35. Same recommendations as for the short trail, to be there well in advance and be prepared, all the team members together with all the mandatory gear to be shown on the table at the check-in to speed up the process. Call room will be the same, and you will have the timetable printed in the PDF of the presentation. for the shuttles from the hotel to Canfranc, from Canfranc coming back, and the shuttles to the aid stations, which are meant, yes, not to transport, say, Canfranc, Formigal, back, and Candanchu. So they are two total different systems. Mandatory gear, that's exactly the same, plus the lamp. So I hope you have memorized what we have discussed a few minutes ago. About the intermediate station we have already discussed. And yeah, anti-doping will be in Canfranc near the finish line, the same as the short trail. Weather will be a little bit cloudier, but again, for the moment, no rain forecasted. Of course, tomorrow evening, we will share on the team leader chat the updated weather forecast for Saturday. Again, it's 2,500 meters on top, so temperature may vary a lot and be very cold on top. So general, that is both for the short trail and the long trail, marks will be with these red tabs on open terrain and with these stripes, pink stripes in the wood where they can be attached to the trees. Shortcuts. Shortcuts are not allowed where it is marked. And as we were explaining yesterday, especially in those situations where there is really the zigzag, all the turns are well marked, either with the stripes or with the little flags. Anyway, so it's visible, and where you have only the flags, eccolo qua. No, this is with the stripes, so it's striped. And yeah. Fermalo, stop it.
No, this is only for...
No, it stopped. Now, mainly as a general concept, the first part uphill to La Moleta, so the first climb in both races, where you have the zigzag, it is marked for no shortcuts. Especially in the French part of the long trail, there are very strict environmental rules because it's national park, so no shortcuts there. And the same applies coming down in the last descent to Canfranc here, where you have the 200s turns, no shortcutting there. On the contrary, coming down from La Moleta, there is a place there where there is the zigzag and the striped one, and in that position you will see the flags. It is allowed because there are no environmental problems there. So coming down from La Moleta, from the first climb, you will see it is marked to go straight. So if an athlete wants to make the turns because it's more comfortable, he can do that, but the shortcut is allowed and it is marked in that way. That's the map, yes, with the two positions of the supported aid station. That's the same map as before. Yep. Eligibility rules is just a reminder. So trail races are for athletes that at the 31st of December 25, so it's on the year, must be 20 years old or more. Substitutions from one race to the other or from the reserves declared in the final entry form are possible with a fee of €100, and they are possible for both races until 9 o'clock of the day before, 9 o'clock in the morning of the day before the race. So for the short trail, it's done. You send the final confirmation, let's say, and you have time until tomorrow, 9 o'clock in the morning, to make eventual changes to the long trail start list. So what's available at the aid stations, it's everything like in the team manual, so everything is confirmed. At the water points, which are in remote location, bear in mind that there is a maximum of 1 liter per athlete provider. So let's say half a liter for the bottle and half a liter to drink if it is really hot. In the LOC refreshments, again, 1 liter per runner, Coca, isotonic drink, Fante is the brand. Yeah, Fante is the brand, and all the other stuff. At supported aid stations, team supported, teams will receive 1.5 liter of water per runner. And I guess they will find it already on the table, or already on the table. And that's the only provision you will get. There will be a table with refreshments and drinks for those athletes that don't have personal assistance, but team leaders are not allowed to go to that table and take any food. We had in the past very bad experiences in the past editions where this was not clear, let's say, so the rule was not so precisely defined. So now you know it. Teams will find 1.5 liter of water per runner, per athlete, and all the other things is up to you to bring the food and the extra drinks and the ISO and Coke and whatever you want to your athlete.
But runners can
Per-
access on their own.
Sorry?
But runners can access the food by themselves.
The general food, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is meant mainly for non-assisted people,
Yeah.
for non-assisted athletes. But of course, if they pass by and grab a piece of chocolate, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
And
yeah, consider that this is meant for athletes that don't have assistance.
yeah. And the water will definitely be put at each team location because in Austria, you remember.
Yeah, there was that problem, and so we have decided that's the quantity. If you need extra quantity, you won't get any water. You must bring it on your own. About the call room procedures, I think we have discussed it before already. Recommendation is to come a bit early because the check on all the gear takes a little time.
Just, we had one runner today who managed to race without going through the call room. So please make sure all your runners go through the call room, otherwise they will not appear in the results.
Yeah, if you don't go through the call room and to the check-in, the result is DNS, do not started, officially.
That's a question on the call room. After you pass through, you got your gear checked. 2 questions. How large is that area to still?
That's in the questions.
still
I'll
walk?
answer.
Okay.
Racing rules, as usual, that's fair play. So pacing, external assistance, shortcuts, littering may lead to disqualification or 1 hour disqualification penalty for not assisting an athlete in distress or incorrect bib wearing. Bear in mind that the use of headphones is prohibited. Now, it comes on medical, insurance, and anti-doping. We had the good lesson yesterday from the World Athletics guys. I think Sarah can summarize it.
So this is from World Athletics. All teams should have their own valid health insurance to cover the racing in Spain. If one of your, obviously most emergencies will try to be dealt with by the medical teams on the course and by the medical team at the finish area. If there is a major issue, then the runner will be taken to the hospital, and each member federation then needs to activate their insurance. They need to pay the hospital bill before they take the runner home, and then they need to claim the reimbursement back from your insurer. If teams do not have their own insurance, or if the insurance does not cover them, then there is cover in exceptional circumstances through World Athletics. So in that case, you must call Stephanie, because he must activate and put a case in for it to become covered. So if you don't have your insurance or you have a problem, then you must call Stephanie to let him know. You would still then pay the hospital bill, but you would hopefully be able to claim the money back from the World Athletics insurance. The countries in 3 have all opted out of World Athletics insurance. So they have all said they don't want access to the World Athletics insurance, and they will only be able to use their own insurance. And there is the emergency phone number, which I think is on everybody's number, and is a requirement that it is loaded into your athletes' phones before they set off.
Yep. And yeah,
So-
that's
I think this is mainly just, this World Athletics have got a temperature probe set up by the train station. So if you access through the QR code, you can look at the conditions. It has humidity, it has air temperature, and it has air quality, which is good. The air quality is good here, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and hello everybody. Yeah, I'm Alejandro, the anti-doping delegate. So I think there's a slide for anti-doping. I can
Yep.
do it quickly if it is there.
there is the anti-doping.
Yeah. So there will be doping controls during the championships. I think all of you are aware. Some already happened, were out of competition, blood, and some others will happen. And those are in competition during doping controls, where athletes will be notified right after the mixed zone. So they have the finish line, the mixed zone, and then the athletes will be notified, and they will be chaperoned to the building that is really close to the finish line. That is the doping control station where the medical services are, and there is where the test will happen. Only one person can maximum accompany or go with the athlete, because we have a limited capacity there. And we encourage all of you to ask the athletes to bring one of their official identification, either an ID, passport, driving license, something with a picture. That's the ideal scenario. Worst case scenario is always a picture, high quality of their passport, but we try to avoid that. So one official identification with them would be needed. And I think that's all. It's, only urine.
Okay. Thank you.
How long is the process expected to be?
It could take from 20 minutes to 8 hours. It depends on the athlete. And if a sample is diluted, then we have to collect another one. Normal, for example, today we finished really fast. By the time we got the girls from the uphill race, we already finished with the men athletes. So that was fast. Then the longer the race, I guess it will be a bit more difficult for the athletes to provide a urine sample in some occasions, but should be fast. Yeah.
It's indoor or?
Yes. We will ensure, and the medical services are just 1 meter far from us. in case
Louise
something
will
goes
bring
wrong.
some car passes to
Yeah.
be given out with it at the same time with the spare numbers after this meeting.
Okay. Here, no, down at the TAC. Okay. Then, about prize giving ceremonies, there will be on the finish line 10 minutes after the third coming in, a very short flower ceremony. And then, like for all the other races, the medal ceremony is at 7 o'clock in the evening at Canfranc Station. During the medal ceremony, the official vest is required, the team clothing, and no personal things, peluche or flags, bags, or whatever, for image purposes is allowed. Team scoring, team medals in the case of the trail races are based on the 3 best results of the team and calculated summing up the time and not the points. So it's for the trail races is time based. And of course, the results will contribute to the overall team trophy that will be calculated at the end upon the 6 best results over 8 races, with the mandatory being at least 1 trail race and 1 mountain race and 1 female and 1 male result. Well, accreditation must be visible all the time, except when you enter the call room. So after the call room, to enter the call room, the bib is the equivalent of the accreditation. So you don't need athletes to carry their accreditation tag. And yes, the passport ID for the anti-doping purposes.
With the call room, athletes will not be allowed to take luggage into the call room to leave in the call room. The call room is right next to the teams area. Yes, they may take a t-shirt in and they may want to give you the t-shirt, but those of you in Innsbruck remember some athletes were taking all their luggage into the call room. That will not be allowed. There is room to leave the luggage in the teams area. So if an athlete tries to take the luggage in, they will be stopped.
They can wear an extra jacket, hand it to us.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's allowed.
Yes.
Because of this is allowed.
Yes.
And the space of that whole area, they can still warm up in there. There's enough space.
There is enough space. There is the whole length along the stage, the big station, from nearly from the entrance of the hotel up to the expo area at the end.
500 meters
So
square.
enough. Then it comes to questions and answers.
1 bib or 2 bibs?
2 bibs. 2 bibs.
So just quickly, if you haven't, the spare bibs will be at the TIC, the building just over there.
Now,
So when we finish the meeting, I have some spare car passes. So if anybody hasn't got a car pass, come and see me. If you need to get your bibs, you go to the TIC on your way back. And I have,
They're wearing one bib.
no, they're wearing two bibs.
Two
One
bibs.
on the front.
So you
one
have
on the
you
back.
have
We have two. Okay.
you have one bib is in the front and is the bib with the transponder attached. Then the second bib that you have already received or you will collect now is without the transponder, and this goes on the backpack or on the back visible. So either you put it on the backpack, or if you have the belt and a backpack that is high, let's say the small ones, then you can fix it on the same belt in front and on the back. Plus, there is the little tag, which is an extra transponder for redundancy, and this must be attached to the backpack.
Second question that I have, a number.
Wait, sorry.
So ideally, we don't take questions now. I wanted to go through the questions we received by email. Many of them have already been answered, but just to go through. About the jacket, there is a minimum weight required. That's a very rough rule, but is meant to make the checks faster, because simply is weighting the jacket and that's it. And the idea that athletes will take the best jacket within that weight limit. We understand that in some cases the jacket can be a little bit lighter, so of course we won't accept 100 grams jackets where 180 grams is required. But if your jacket is, say, 5%, 10% lighter, so 170, 160 instead of 180, then you can add a shirt, a light one, but a shirt, and the two combined in the pocket of the jacket are accepted, with the ratio that we are asking for a certain weight, because it's not only waterproof and windproof, but also for a thermal value. So in that case, the additional shirt adds this extra thermal value. But yes, within a range of a 5%.
And they're weighed when we enter the car.
And in the call room, we have scales and they will be weighed. Headbands instead of neck guider of caps, no. Mittens instead of gloves with the fingers are allowed. Again, the ratio for the gloves is thermal, so no rubber or silicone or whatever gloves, and especially not those gloves that are attached to the poles with no fingers. Access to the course Ashtun, that was already answered. So number of officials at the aid stations, in terms of rule, it is two officials per team, per race, as we have both male and female in the same race. In theory, 4 team members are allowed in the team aid station.
Enrico, when we have only 2 of these, can we enter one refreshment station with 2 persons and 1 passport?
Yes, that's allowed.
We can split
Yep.
passports between the team.
Absolutely, yes.
Thank you.
You must give the instruction to the. That's one in 3 races. 1 refreshment pass is valid for 2 people.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's in the team manual, I think.
No.
No?
No, because that's something that we.
We have 2 aid stations.
Okay.
Gloves, access to the course, minimum number. About water at the aid station, I gave you already the information. Bib tag, okay. That's also already answered. Vehicle official, that's okay. So again, you can get the pass for the vehicle for the Formigal aid station, the spare that we have here, but in any case, the refreshment accreditation is valid the same way. The question that other athletes may be in the team assisting at the aid station is yes. So you have, if you have athletes in the team that can do the assistance, they are allowed to. The athletes may wear the sleeves supplied by the LOC in the goodie pack. Now there are several questions about the accessibility of the supported aid station by bus, and I think you've got the information and you have the timetables in the PDF of this presentation that you will receive.
Jaka also? There is a buses from Jaka to Canfranc also that will be organized?
Yeah, that's from Haka to Canfranc in the morning. That's organized. Yeah, absolutely, yes.
Is there a bus from Canfranc to Canmanju on the long trail? Because we will have our team car will be at the first aid station.
Yeah, there is.
There is.
Yeah, there is, and the timetable is in the slides.
I didn't notice it.
How many buses are there? Because I heard that you can split the cars. So is there space enough? Because now perhaps you're numbered by so many countries, so many cards.
No, that's buses for the long trail are considered. One team goes to Formigal and one team goes to Candanchu.
For the short trail.
Short trail, it's a continuous shuttle service. So.
Sorry.
Okay, how is the water served? The volunteers will serve you the bottle, the water from the bottle. So transport to the aid station is already organized. Yeah, there is a question about rain pants to be considered as long tights or long pants. No, the long pants are for thermal reason and not for protecting from wind or rain. Night pants, long sleeve shirts, well, yes, questo l'avevo già detto. This also. Supplies, again, as per team manual and as specified today. No mandatory material for the classic race on Sunday, but this is not.
Sorry, in Rio, no mandatory, so no rain jacket on Sunday?
On Sunday, no, for the moment. It can be made mandatory Sunday evening if we have very bad weather forecast, but in principle, no mandatory gear. Sorry?
Sunday evenings after the race.
Saturday evening, sorry.
Sorry.
It's not the same, the rain pants and the...
No rain pants are required. So long tights.
The rain pants are same like long pants for mandatory equipment.
No, they are not considered. You need thermal pants.
Okay, thank you.
So about shortcuts, we have already discussed. Water bottles counting about like reusable cup we have already discussed. Okay. Quantity. Station, team staff, private vehicle, that's fine. Yes. Yeah, regarding polls can be taken up or left only at the team supported aid station, so 2 points. Yes. There are questions about the shuttle service between the aid stations, but this has been explained.
Will you give us the location of where the buses leave exactly? Can you send that on the?
It's written, but yeah, in Canfranc, we will send you the location. Okay. Take a note. We send the on Google on the
Arrival and departure.
Yep. So that's explained. How many people are the feed zone? No. Yeah. Okay. So I don't see any other question received that hasn't No.
No, a beanie can.
Beanie can, not the headband. Beanie is allowed, yes.
The back number should be visible.
Back number must be visible. The only allowance is if you wear the wind jacket on top of everything, you can do that, but at any moment where you are requested to show the bib, you must open the jacket and show the bib.
About the back number and the size, is possible to put in the other position?
No.
No.
Must be straight, yes.
Question on race kit. Instead of shorts, can our female runner wear tights instead of the shorts for the race kit?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Thank you.
Toilet locations on course.
Sorry?
Toilet locations on course.
We have chemical toilets at the aid stations.
We have chemical toilet in the station we have normal toilet in Canfranc. In the first station, we don't have chemical toilet.
Yeah, I think it was from a female runner for a private series.
Bush toilets?
Bush toilets.
Right.
Can we get one of the ones from the two that we had up on?
We can no podemos mover nosotros los baños químicos de un sitio a otro.
Can we get the two from the top
two
of
small.
the two small ones to the supported aid station? No, okay. Just the two from the uphill.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, fine.
If you don't have official one,
Sorry,
if you don't have official one, backpack.
You can wear any backpack.
Okay.
no, backpack are free.
Tape over logos.
If they're outside of World Athletics regulations, yes, please.
Yep. Okay, thank you very much. We shouldn't get questions, but I think we have answered politely to everything that came up. Thank you very much and see you tomorrow on the trails.